Hello, Professor. So now I'm going to discuss about our week five discussion questions. So you have put four questions about leadership for innovation and trust. So the first question is, what are some of the actions a leader can take to create a climate for change and risk taking? So before starting that, I want to give an introduction. So to create a good environment and also a trustworthiness and a good working relationship with among your employees. Uh, uh, I believe in today's rapidly evolving business landscape, the ability to innovate and take calculated risk is essential for success. The importance of innovation and risk taking in today's world is very important. The role of trust, focusing, and collaborating and creative environment is also important. Even the brightest idea won't thrive without a foundation of trust. So trust allows team to collaborate, experiment, and even learn from setbacks without fear. So in this presentation, I will explore practical strategies for achieving uh, just that, the four questions that you mentioned. So the first question was creating how to create a climate for change risk taking. So, okay, the thing is we have to embrace a growth mindset. To be innovative, we must accept the change and change that can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. As you have shown a video in the last class where it was mentioned that you have to get out of your comfort zone to be a successful leader. So leaders must champion a growth mindset. They should celebrate intelligence, failure, and emphasize learning. Then celebrate the lessons learned from intelligence failure, not the failures themselves. Then use design thinking methods that involve brainstorming, prototyping, and refinement. Then a reward calculated risk, like recognize those who take risks, calculated risk, even if they do not always uh, put out perfectly. And the most important thing is model vulnerability as a leader, which is leader must be willing to share their own vulnerabilities, showing that it's okay to learn and grow together. There is no problem in the failure or about the fear of failure. Then the next question is, how can leaders create a climate of trust and facilities relationships among people in a team? So you have to cultivate psychological safety and trust, which is another important thing. So trust is essential for taking risk, as I mentioned earlier. So people need psychological safety, the feeling that they can speak up without fear of judgment or reduces. As leaders, ensure the decision making, resource allocation, and feedbacks are all precise as fair. Then also develop empathy. Put yourself in your team's shoes to understand the uh, opportunities for social interactions beyond work, the building relationship to promote trust, and also provide opportunities for informal team connections. All these things are actually important to uh, facilitate a relationship with your teammates. Now, the next question is, uh, what can leaders do to show others that they are trustworthy? So you have to demonstrate that trustworthiness, which is also another important thing. So as leaders, we must earn the trust, act with integrity and consistency. So demonstrating competency by remaining skilled and acknowledging our role, act with um, unwavering integrity. Your words must align with your actions. Then be transparent in communication, communicate openly and honestly to reduce uncertainty. And you have to prioritize the team's success and always put the needs of the team first. And importantly, remain accountable for your actions and results, which is like take ownership of any mistakes you make and also use them as learning opportunities, and also show your team that you are always doing something better for them and make them trustworthy among themselves, also creating gaining the trust of others. So these are some activities I think to demonstrate the trustworthiness to gain the trust of others, show that they are trustworthy. Then the last question was, what can they do to demonstrate that they trust others? So demonstrating trust by giving your team real responsibilities and the autonomy to complete them, like deliver sustainable responsibility, and also minimize micromanagement, emphasize outcomes, which is like focus on the desired result uh, rather than fixating on every single steps, because when you are focusing on the large goal and compromises the small mistakes, and that will be actually helpful to save your time and also your teammates. Then encounter self-leadership and initiative. So encountering team members to take ownership and seek guidance proactively when they need it. Then recognize and praise autonomy, like celebrate when they make independent decision and show initiatives. Response a mistake as a leader learning opportunity, which is also important. Like treat mistakes as stepping stones for learning, not opportunities to blame others. So this will make the environment more devastated. So the environment cannot be ever vulnerable. So and that's how I think your team members can trust each other. So in conclusion, I would like to say that leaders set the tone for innovation and risk-taking, and that's to which is transformation starts with a leader. As leader, you create the environment in which your team operates by embracing the strategies we discussed, and I think lay the groundwork for extraordinary innovation also. So foster psychological safety, cultivate relentless trust, and empower your team members. These things are very important to creating trustworthiness and risk change climate. So I think commit to being the kind of leaders who help others achieve incredible things are really important, and it is also a tough thing to do, but yet it is possible in many ways. And that's what the presentation about. So there are some references that I used to create this PowerPoint, and thank you for your time, Professor.